What, Trix? What do you want? Huh? Oh, hello there, friends and family. So glad you could stop in to the kitchen again tonight. Caught me just in time doing dinner again, didn't you? Well, more than glad to have you. And I could always use some help. So come on over here to the counter and let me show you what we got going on for dinner tonight, okay? So what we got here for tonight's dinner is we're going to be doing some cube pork here. Sometimes it's referred to as pork cutlets. Of course, back in the day, my mother always called these minute steaks, especially if they were beef. Now these aren't beef, these are pork. And we're going to need a few other things. We got about a pound of cube pork here, and by golly, it does say cube pork cutlets. And we're going to be needing some black pepper. We'll be needing some onion powder. And of course, some slap your mama. Some garlic powder right there. And for a little added flavor, poultry seasoning. Trust me on this one. And we'll be needing some flour. Gotta have some wax paper too, but I'll show you what that's for later. And we need a meat whacker, or meat mallet, or meat hammer, whichever you want to call it. And of course, some olive oil for frying. And we already got our cast iron pan over there waiting on us. So let me get set up here, and we'll bring you back and we'll get this all started. Oh, aprons are hanging in the dining room if y'all want to throw one on. Trix was here. She's done run off. You might have heard her in the background. What? I'm cooking as fast as I can, Trix. I told you. I'll cook one just specially for you too. Until then, snack on your smorgasbord you got over there. I mean, Lord. You got meow mixed wet food. You've got some Prey all natural dry food. What more could a cat want? And of course, she's ignoring me now. So the first thing we're going to want to do is get us some of that flour. Now you can use plain Jane flour. You can use all purpose. It really doesn't matter. We're going to get us about a cup of flour there. Pop right in there. That wasn't quite a cup. It's hard to fill it up in this thing. That should do it right there. We'll have extra. So we got that all done. Get out some measuring spoons there. And that is the next thing we're going to drop into this thing. We're going to drop this in a teaspoonful of ground black pepper. Yep. You gotta have pepper in it. If you don't like that much, you cut it back some. Then we're going to bring out our slap your mama. And we're going to drop in a teaspoon of that too. The one thing I believe that you need to be doing when you're making up your flour to bread those pork chops in, or not pork chops, pork cutlets, you gotta be putting some flavor in here. Next, we're going to drop us in a half teaspoon garlic powder. We're going to drop in a half teaspoon of this poultry seasoning. Now y'all know what's in poultry seasoning, right? It's got coriander in it, sage, thyme, and allspice. Trust me, that allspice really gonna bring out that pork flavor. And lastly, we got a drop of cinnamon onion powder. And about a half teaspoon of that too. We got that all on mixed on in that flour right there, just like that. It ain't hard, folks. Now we got to get some mixing device. Nothing fancy. We're gonna go with the American whisk fork. We're just gonna take that flour and we're gonna give it a good old mix up there. Incorporate that. Scrape off them sides. Want to make sure you get all those spices mixed on up in that flour. That's going to put some amazing flavor on those cube pork cutlets tonight. And there we got it. Now I'm going to get those pork chops or pork cutlets out of the package here, and we'll get on with this show. We'll be right back when we start. The next step of this is simple. Take one of these here pork cutlets out of the package. Woo! Got some big pieces there. Tricks, we better cut some of these. They snuck them in there and they're really large. We'll take those kitchen shears, and all we're going to do is we're going to take them, pop them in that flour. And we're going to bread them up really nice. We're going to poke it on in that thing. Give it a little shake. Get it on the next side. We're going to poke it on in there too. Just like that. And then we're just going to take this thing, and for now we're going to set it over there on that plate. We'll pop another one in there, cover it all up. Start pressing it in. Working it in, because that flour mixture is going to add flavor as well as season up that pork a little with all those fine spices we put in it. We're going to lay that one on over there too. Just like that. And yeah, if you don't like playing in your meat, I can't believe how big these pieces of meat are this time. They didn't go through no trouble to cut them up, did they, Trix? Get that one on in there. But I think y'all get the idea. Just put as much of that flour into that pork cutlet as you can smash on in there. You're just going to keep repeating the process until you get her done. And we'll bring y'all back when we get her finished to this stage. Like I tell y'all, it takes time to bring out the goodness. Right, Trick? Yep, she's right behind me as always. Now what we're going to do is we're taking us our wax paper here. I believe most of y'all know what that is. Some youngins these days won't. You can hardly ever see it anymore. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take our little old pork cutlets here. We're going to lay them out on our wax paper. We got to work on them some. Need to wash up my hands a little bit. Clean my plate up. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. We went ahead and washed up some. Got that plate back washed up. Next thing we're going to do, move that flour out of the way a little bit. Going to cover them with a wax paper. Right like that. This is mostly so we don't create a bigger mess. Then we're going to take our meat whacker here. And we're just going to use the flat side. They've already been serrated and cubed. And we're just going to pound that flour into that meat. And the reason I've learned to do this is that way I ain't got to worry about my flour mixture coating coming off. And we just pound away and pound away. And we get it. And it'll work on into the little cracks and crevices of that meat. It'll actually bind with it. Now I know some of y'all are going to say, well, I could have floured them, run them through an egg wash, and reflour them. Well, yeah, I could. That gives a little bit thicker crust on them than what I want. That's more like a chicken fried steak. And that's just not what I'm after here. There we go. We got them pounded. Let me show you something here. Now I'm sure you can see it, but they were all nice and white when I started. Now you can see some red showing through, especially since I took off the wax paper. So what I do again, I'm going to add a little more flour to the top of these. I'm going to pound them one more time. I'm just going to take the flour here and liberally sprinkle it on. And this does sort of make a mess, folks. And I wish I had a bigger kitchen. You know, like maybe one of them fancy islands that I see people on YouTube got. But I don't. So you gotta use what you got. I'm just gonna cover them up a little bit more of that flour mixture, because I'm really trying to put the flavor to these pork cutlets. And then I'm gonna pound them another time. There we go. We'll put the wax paper back on over. We didn't even make no holes in it. We're going to give them another pounding here. And there we go. Now, we're going to give them a little flip. Right there. And go easy on them when you pull them up, because they're going to want to try to stick to that wax paper a little bit. But you can even see, maybe y'all can't, that we pounded that flour in a lot on that back side. So just like before, we'll take a little more flour, sprinkle it right on there. A good spread over that surface. Make sure we got it all covered up. And this is going to be the final pounding. Now you got to admit, it's not every day you get to play with your meat this much. Cover it back up one more time. Pound away. And that should just about do it, folks. We'll start putting them on the plate. I know, Trix. I'm working as hard as I can. We'll give them a little shake. You can take a look at that now. Put them on over on that plate. But they can sort of get over being dizzy. Now I gotta go ahead and wash up my hands again. I'll be right back. Now we're ready to start cooking them up in the old cast iron skillet. We're just gonna turn that burner on. Let that pan heat up for a few minutes. Then we'll be adding a little bit of olive oil. And we'll get these cube pork cutlets and frying. They ain't gonna take long to fry. Because depending on how hard you smack them, you can make them fairly thin. Which I did. Probably got a little bit too aggressive there with the old meat whacker. But I was working out some aggression. I was trying to train the cats today. Trying to get Samantha, Trixie, Cleo, and another one came, Mr. Magoo. And he's a black kitty too. Well, not all black. Mr. Magoo, he's black on top, got a white underbelly, 4 white socks, these big old eyes. When he looks at you, he looks just like Mr. Magoo. When we were talking, that's actually what he told me. He was Magoo. So there you go. Now, we got Trixie inside and 3 kitties outside. I've become that old crazy cat man on the corner. I'd have never believed it. But we'll come back when the pan's all nice and warm here in a sec. Add a little olive oil, like I said. Get these things going. We got the oven here on warm. Okay, y'all, the pan's nice and toasty. Time to add a little olive oil to it. Let that oil come up temp. We're just going to put some on in there. Well, I'd probably say 3 to 4 tablespoons if it was me. Not something I do a whole lot of measuring with. Just make sure we coat the bottom of that pan nice and good. Give it a little time for that oil to come up temperature. Right, Trix? I hear you. We're on it, girl. Now you're going to want to make sure when you pop that oil on in there, you give that oil a little bit of time to come up temperature as well. Don't just add your oil and then throw the meat right on in there, or it's going to soak up that oil. We'll just take one of these pieces right here. Not quite ready. Okay, that oil should be up temperature now. Make sure we got that pan coated a little bit more. And we're just going to go ahead and lay the first piece on in there. Oh yeah. See the sizzling? That's what you want right from the start. And like I say, it ain't going to take all that long. Of course, you're going to sort of have to work in batches here, folks. You don't want to put them up on top of each other. Get them on down in that oil. And then don't play with them. Don't move them. Don't do nothing. Just let them sit there and fry. You see, if you try to move them too fast, they'll stick. You gotta wait till that underside gets brown. And then they'll move. See? Oh yeah. They're coming along. Ooh, I can tell you they're smelling good already. But they gotta brown up, or they're just not gonna be that good. And then all your work is for nothing. The flavor's in the brown, remember? Yep, there you go. Starting to brown up. Look at those. Woo! Woo, dog. Those are looking good. About the time you get them nice and brown, that's when they're going to be done. They're just going to be just right. Now, just in case you want to know, I've got my stove set on medium. That's a 5 on my gas range. So where that's on your stove, I don't know. I got Trixie here pacing the kitchen floor, just waiting on these. Ooh, yeah. That's just right. Lightly brown, that's ready to come off. Oh yeah. Yep. Looking just fine. Now, I don't like them overly brown. I'm going to get those on out of there. Let me get some more going in here. I'll bring you over and take you. You can take a look at where we're at. Get that one all started off in there. Move that oil around a little bit. Recoat the bottom of that pan. This little booger here, pretty big. That's a man-sized piece. Or a woman's piece. I don't want to be offensive. Let me bring you over and show you how these look since I took them out of the fry pan. Ooh, check them out, check them out. Didn't none of my flour mix coating come off. Looks just like store-bought. And they're going to taste just as good too. I'm working on it, Trix. Quit running around the background. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to have to do a little taste test too. Oh yeah. That's something to write home to Mama about, let me tell you. That's so flavorful, it'll slap your tongue up into the roof of your mouth. That's some good stuff. I'm sorry, folks. I just can't stand. I had to cut me off a little piece right there. And I'm going to do a taste test while I'm still cooking. My God. Those are tasty. You notice we ain't got no sticking going on, right? Oh yeah, there we go. That one's done. Oh my. So we're going to add in some more. One day I'll have a level stove. Now we'll take these two on out of here. They look pretty much done. Get them over there drying off. Oh yeah. Now the final one. Pop him on in there. That's about got it rounded up. Now we got to mix up a little bit of gravy. Because you can't have fried up pork cutlets without some gravy. And we're just going to sprinkle some flour in there. Oh, about 2 tablespoons worth. And with that there oil, we're going to get stirring that on up. Right there. Nice and quick. Now, we were all poor folk. We didn't have a lot of milk and all that. So Mama, she just always used water. Yep, just like that. But you want to put your flour in there and everything while that pan's still nice and toasty. Because what you're making you is a nice roux. Oh yeah. Then you're going to want to take it off the heat and lower that burner some. Let that pan come down. Because it's already getting nice and thick. We're going to have to give it some more water too. Trust me. This gravy's going to be so good, you don't need milk. Gonna give that gravy a little bit of a taste test too. Now I used the seasoned flour. Let's just give it a quick taste, see what else it might need. Yep. It's gonna need a little bit of work. It's gonna need some seasoning. I can taste the Slappy Mama and the poultry seasoning in it, but it's in a dire need of salt. See if we got enough in there. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. So that, just for y'all's purpose, was about 2.5 to 3 tablespoons of flour and about 1.5 cups just good old water. Now I will tell you this, if you want to use milk in your gravy, and I have many times, then it'll make it all the more better. We'll add a touch of pepper to it, just to give it a little more peppery flavor, because I like it. That gravy coming together good. Oh my, that is now tasty. Whew. So, got that burner off now. One thing we gotta do is heat up our green beans, make up our potatoes, and we're gonna be good to go. Get these cube pork sitting on in the oven there, keep them a little bit toasty for us. Gonna take a piece of foil, drop over my gravy right there. Keep it nice and warm while we put everything together. We'll get these potatoes over here on a bigger burner. Get them to mojo. Okay, y'all, once I get those potatoes worked on up, get the beans heated up over there, we'll get her plated up and come on back and show you the final dinner. Okay, y'all, we're getting ready to plate this up. So we'll grab our old fork over here and we'll get us out one of these here nice golden brown pieces of pork cutlet right there. Put them right on there. We're gonna get us 2 of those. Right like that. Gonna slap us on some mashed taters. Right there. Get some green beans real fast. Now for some of the special gravy. We'll get us a ladle full of that. Put some gravy right on those potatoes right there. Oh yeah. Just a little bit over that fried up pork cutlet. And there you have it, folks. There's our finished plate. Let me bring you over here. Let you take a look at it right now. There you have it. Ooh, and I'm going to tell you, that is really going to be fine. We'll, of course, have some nice green onions with it. Tell you another thing you can do with these. They make some of the best sandwiches you'll ever eat in your life. Especially when you pound them out nice and thin like that. Take one of those, slap it on your favorite bread. Put you some thin sliced onion, some lettuce, tomato, with some good old Duke's mayonnaise. And wow, you'll have a sandwich that makes you think you done died and went to heaven. Well, let's take a taste test real quick and see how it came out. Here we go. Got some nice piece there with a little bit of that gravy on there. Oh yeah. Oh, that is fine. Trixie will be so happy. Woo. I better get another little piece, get cutting up some for Trixie, or she'll never forgive me. Well, y'all, hope you enjoyed the video tonight. Those of you who are here with me in the kitchen, we got plenty left. And that's just so amazing, and that's something else I wanted to show you right here. Just how much you could make with this. And that was just 1.11 pounds of pork cut. And out of that 1.11 pounds of pork cutlet, we got 2 fine pieces right there. Got another 2 really good size there. And then underneath that, we can do this without dumping it, which you'll hear the old man scream. We got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more pieces. So all total, we had 9 pieces. Boy, I'll have to have some fine sandwiches this weekend for lunch and a couple more amazing dinners. So friends and family, like always, till I see you on the next video, y'all take care. Stay safe out there wherever you may be. God bless each and every one of you. Goodbye for now. I'm hungry. I gotta get eating. Then I gotta get cleaning up later on.